What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone watching is doing well. There's not really much to talk about. It's just, this is a video that I'll probably be doing every year just to show the growth, to show the change in personal style, things of that nature. 2025 footwear collection video. Got it broken up into different sections that I'm looking at right now. First, I'm going to be showing my winter boots. Got some athletic shoes, run around shoes, some shoes I don't really wear, and then my everydays. Before we get into all those, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you are liking the videos if you are enjoying them, and leaving a comment down below if you have any questions, concerns, or if you just want to kick it with the kid down below. I'm always open to a good conversation. Yeah, with all that being said, let's get into the winter boots for the snow, for the slush, for those rugged winter days. First pair, it is a pair of Doc Martens that you probably have seen before from me. Maybe a pair of Doc Martens that you may not have seen before or ever again, unless you've seen these from me already. But here they are. It's a black leather pair of Doc Marten 101s. The 101 is kind of like their regular 1460 boot. The stitching is slightly different and it's just not as high of a boot. This has 6 eyelets, lace holes, and I'm pretty sure they're 1460. Their standard regular, OG boot has 8. What makes this one so great is, one, the sole is a bit different than your regular Doc Marten sole. You don't see that yellow stitching, which is just a bit different. But the main detail is the exposed steel toe, very reminiscent of the Raf Simons Doc Martens. One of my favorite shoes. In general, I love those. If I ever see them in my size, hopefully the pricing is too crazy, gotta jump on them. But yeah, this is very reminiscent of those Raf Simons Doc Martens. They did have a derby version of this that at the time was kind of going between derby boot. Low-key wish I would have gotten both of them. I'd wear both of them. One more for the winter, fall times, and the other can definitely rock spring, summer, or fall, winter time as well. Just depends. But yeah, exposed steel toe, and with the steel toe, the toe is a bit chunkier of a toe than your regular Doc Marten as well. But yeah, just super clean, good for the winter. Got some good details. Gives you a little bit of height, which I'm not mad at. But yeah, nothing too crazy, but also I don't think your everyday pair of Doc Martens. Can't talk this much about every shoe, or this video is going to be an hour long. The next 2 pairs are really the same shoe. I'll show this one first. They are both Eddie Bauer K6 hiking boots. This is your more standard pair, brown leather. I did swap these laces out for this cream flat lace. I just thought it looked a bit better. These are the laces that came with, some Timberland-esque type laces. But yeah, this is the shoe. You can see it says Eddie Bauer. And there, K series, some Eddie Bauer branding on the tongue. But yeah, just a good leather pair. They've been wearing in, very nice. Getting some, scuffs, marks, whatnot. Just adding to getting really unique with all the different marks, scratches, scuffs, and whatnot. Very good. Vibram sole. These aren't too uncomfortable either. They're pretty comfortable. They are on the heavier side. They're waterproof hiking boots, so they're not going to be the most comfortable shoe, but they're not uncomfortable at all. Other pair of Eddie Bauer K6 hiking boots I own. This was the first pair that I owned, and this is a collaboration with a brand called Baja East. They have a little, logo and whatnot right here. This is a all suede pair, but same construction. I do wear these a bit more just because they're black, a bit easier to wear, so you can barely see the Eddie Bauer branding on the inside. There's nothing on this tongue. This has a leather. These do have a black leather sock lining. Vibram sole, again, bottom of these are a bit dirtier, but Vibram sole, Good height, good chunky sole, good round toe. You know, a little bit different than your Danner and other hiking boots like that. Bit different, but you know, nothing too crazy. I really don't wear these too much in the spring, summertime, just because they're waterproof. They don't get that much ventilation, so they get hot, your feet get sweaty. They're heavy as well, so not the greatest spring and summer boot. Got another stack right here, and these are gonna be my throw-ons. Run to the grocery store, run to the gas station, quick 10-20 minute runs, gym, walking around type of shoes. That is what these are. First shoe we have up, classic OG. If you know the box, then you just know. Ultra Boost 1.0 in honestly one of the best colorways, the OG white colorway. If you know, you know. If you remember seeing Kanye wearing these for the first time, pretty sure it was like a Chicago Bulls game. He performed at halftime, something like that. But these are it. You see that very good 1.0 pattern, and these are the OGs. You see that more bumpy-esque sole. They have kind of flattened out a bit because I've been wearing, but these are not Continental soles. This isn't a re-release. This is the OGs from like 2014 or 2015. Classic. I used to have the OGs. I used to have the re-release of the OGs, the black with the purple. I used to have the re-release of those that came out in like 2018. I got rid of them because they weren't the OGs. If not the OGs, I low-key don't want them. But yeah, Ultra Boost 1.0, one of the best colorways, one of the most comfortable shoes. Still, it's hard to beat this shoe in terms of comfortableness. However that's supposed to be said. But let's keep going. Next, run around, throw on, beater-esque type of shoe. These right here, New Balance box, made in USA, gray pair. One of my favorite New Balances, one of my favorite New Balance silhouettes. New Balance 996, gray colorway, made in USA. Pretty sure I got these last year. I was wearing them more casually, but they kind of just got turned into a throw-on shoe. You know, my style changes almost every year, so shoes kind of just come and go. Some of them stay and turn into, you know, beaters and run around shoes, and you know, again, some of them just come and go. The kid changes his style up pretty frequently, and you know, one year I'm into something, next year may not be. It just is how it is. But next shoe up, which I guess as far as like running shoes, Asics and everything, it's a banger. One of the better colorways of this shoe, this silhouette. One of the better colorways, one of the colorways that really started the hype resurgence of, you know, Asics, running shoes, all that, whatever. These are Asics Gel Keanu 14s. This is the metallic plum colorway. Still pretty clean, very clean. Again, these are really just throw-ons, really comfortable. These did get swapped out. I'd swap these out for flat cream laces instead of like the rope laces that they usually come with. With the rope laces, they just look they look a bit more sporty with the rope laces. Flat laces give them a bit more of a casual look. Yeah, this is how I like to rock them. Kind of unloose, just laces hanging like this. Super comfortable, super clean. Literally goes with just about every single thing that I have. So it's not hard to just throw these on a quick run or something like that. Yeah. Gel Keanu 14s. Last shoe in my run around exercise shoe-esque type of category, whatever this wants to be categorized as. I haven't worn these in a minute. This is the Adidas TRX Vintage, in my opinion, the best colorway, which is this blue one. And it's a good silhouette. It's good, it's lightweight, it's comfortable. I don't know if it's the blue that I don't wear super bright shoes too often, so maybe that's why I don't wear this. But again, this is just a exercise, throw on, run around type shoe. But when I got white shoes like my Ultra Boost, or gray shoes like my New Balances, or even those Asics, those are just easier to throw on because they go with a lot more stuff. But these are still really comfortable, clean silhouette. Yeah, these are really clean. Not really too many miles or wears in these. If you can see the gold Adidas branding on the inside. Yeah, it's a good shoe if you're looking for something light, comfortable. Doesn't have too much of a sporty look to it. Adidas TRX Vintage. First up, 2 pair of Vans. And honestly, the only 2 pair of Vans that I'm keeping in my collection, my footwear collection, wardrobe, whatever you want to call it. I just don't like a lot of shoes. I don't really like a bunch of clothes either. I have a hard time if I have a bunch of clothes trying to pick out what to wear. So slimming down each year and then, you know, buying what I really like, or slimming down to the things that I really want to wear. Something I go through every year. It is what it is. But as far as the few Vans that I have kept, they're there for special reasons. This pair, if you watched my wardrobe essentials on Vans, you've seen this pair. Anaheim Factory Old Schools in the mauve cream checkered colorway. One of the cleanest pair of Vans that I've seen, period, ever. The mauve, the cream, there's like 3 different kinds of cream. This here on the toe, the cream in the checker, the cream in the laces, and then the cream sole, which you can see this sole is literally yellow, starting to turn yellow from the age. Pretty sure I got these 2015, 2016. It's a Christmas gift. And I really have never seen this colorway again. If I do, I low-key think I will just cop it. Just one of the cleanest colorways in a pair of Vans that I've seen. Yeah, it's why they stood the test of time. One of the cleanest, my favorite Vans silhouette. Yeah. Another pair of Vans, the only other pair of Vans that I see myself keeping besides like a black pair of Old Schools that I just kind of throw on every now and then. Bianca Chalon, hope I'm pronouncing that right. Vans Old School, I mean, no, not Old School. Vans Slip-On. I remember when this whole collaboration happened, and it was the first debut of Vans in this worn in distressed type of, you know, look. Seeing these, especially with the stars kind of replacing the checkerboard that you would usually see on Vans, was just something super clean, kind of unique coming from Vans, and yeah, it just made me cop them. I did have the skate high pair of these as well. They just didn't hit the same as these. They were clean, they were nice and everything, but just didn't hit the same as these. These just are very unique. Stars and everything remind me of some Golden Goose type shit. But yeah, only 2 pair of Vans that I have. Not the type of person that keeps a whole bunch of shoes that I'm not wearing. But I don't wear these often or really at all anymore, but they're so special, so cool. Kind of just keep them around. Inspiration, things of that nature. Okay, some shoes that I've had for a minute. I remember tracking these down. I remember how long it took. I remember where I got each pair. And these are my Air Jordan 1 lows. 3 colorways. I have Shadows, I have Royals, and the only pair with a box, I have Breads. So Bread, Royal, Shadow, Air Jordan 1 low. Maybe in 18, 19, started to look for these. I was still into Jordan 1s, but kind of was getting, I don't know, maybe out of the Jordan 1 high and was looking for something just a little bit different, but I still like the Jordan 1 silhouette. So I started looking for lows. These all released around like 2014 to like 2016. This is the best condition out of all 3. This Royal colorway. I remember getting these in Atlanta at Ragorama back in like 2019, which is crazy. I was searching these. I had Shadows and I had Breads at the time. Needed Royals. Seen these for like $100, and I was just like, oh yeah, it's go time. Royal lows, but my favorite Jordan 1 Bread lows. If I saw the Chicago lows, I'd probably cop still, just to put in, you know, the collection. With these 3, I don't know why, I just can't get rid of these. Took me so long to search for them. I was so happy when I finally got them. Yeah, don't know if these will ever leave the collection. Not sure if I may start wearing these again. You know, I don't know. Shoes like this, I don't know, they really don't match my style too much, but I feel like I can get these bread one loads off with a few fits. I feel like I can do it. Now we're about to get into the shoes that are in my rotation daily, weekly, shoes that I really put fits on with, and you'll be surprised, it's not that many shoes. Like I said, every year I kind of slim down. Shoes, clothes, everything, just so I know I'm not keeping things I really don't wear that much, or things I just really don't want anymore, that don't fit my style anymore. So it's literally every year a bunch of stuff may come in, but even more goes out. And you'll see that year by year if you continue to watch these videos I make. I kind of plan on making like a footwear, sneaker collection type of video every year, just to see the growth or to see what I may have gotten rid of. But let's get on to the last few pairs. Ah! Why would that have fell? That literally makes 0 sense. And here they are. Like I said, only 4 pairs, not too many, but they're pairs that I really like to wear. First pair we have up, it's nothing crazy. You've probably seen it a million times, but very classic black Adidas Superstars. More of, I guess, I would call the OG kind of colorway with the gold accents. They have a new version that just kind of released or whatever. It's like the 1982 version. Ditch the gold accents. It has a flatter tongue. It doesn't have this poofy tongue. I like the poofy tongue. I like the gold accents. So this is the pair for me. Maybe I'll end up getting the white pair, just, you know, just cause. Wear these every week. It's a good pair of shoes. They just really fit my style. It's not hard to put these on or put a fit with. They go with a lot of bottoms that I have. Yeah, not much else to say about these. Just a really good classic pair of Adidas. Another classic pair of Adidas. This may be a pair you don't see too often. I'm low-key trying to find more pairs of this silhouette. And this is the Adidas BW Trainer, which is an Adidas GAT, reminiscent of like your Margiela replicas, shoes like that. White, cream, suede toe guard type, and gum sole. Yeah, nothing too crazy, but it's just a very clean silhouette, very clean colorway. Again, one of my most worn shoes. I love white shoes. I like more so plain shoes that don't really have too much going on. I can just wear so much with these. I can wear other colors with these as well. I'm not the most vibrant dresser when it comes to colors, so shoes like this that are more on the plain side, 1 or 2 colors with some slight details, that's my lane. Those are my go-tos. Yeah, great shoe, great colorway, can't go wrong. One of my favorite shoes, this is probably my most worn shoe, boot, derby, whatever category you want to put this in, or everything else in. Probably my most worn shoe. This is the Comme des Garçons Home Doc Martin. The silhouette, this is a kind of a different silhouette than your regular Doc Martin Derby, which is like the 1461. This is a 98-14 silhouette, so it's just like you see the stitching is in a different pattern. It has a bumped steel toe, so it's not like a super big steel toe like the other Doc Martens that I have, but it is a bumped steel toe, so it is raised a bit higher. 4 lace holes instead of your traditional 3. Kind of thicker laces than your regular Doc Marten laces, and then on the inside you can see it's saying Comme des Garçons Home on the inside. Kind of hard to see with the glare, but definitely my most worn shoe. You can see I did customize the shoe kind of. These did come with a yellow stitch that usually comes on all Doc Martens. I did black these out just 'cause I thought all black look a bit cleaner, maybe a little bit easier to wear. I haven't regretted it since. Yeah, one of my favorite shoes, one of my most worn shoes, Comb Doc Martens. There's not much else to say. They are made in England as well, so they got the good materials, good quality, good construction. Yeah, would love to see more from Comb and Doc Marten. Love Doc Marten. Collabs that they do with your more high-end fashion brands, they're always super good. Or for the most part, super good. Last pair of shoes that I have, my favorite pair of shoes that I have. I love them just that much. You see me talk about them multiple times. Here they are. Here's the box. Mason Margiela Doc Martens. And here are the shoes. This is my favorite release of last year, 2024. The best shoe. Doc Marten Derby bottom. Has some upgrades, some extra construction stitching. It's usually like single stitch. This is like triple stitch now. Triple stitch steel toe cap. Super big, super round, just clean. Adds to the shape and uniqueness of this shoe. It does have a like leather booty fused onto this shoe that has the Mason Margiela logo embossed right here. These are just so clean. They're so fun to wear and to put outfits with. That's really all I can really say about them. They're just so fun to wear. I love seeing these on my feet. I love seeing fits that I put with them. And this ox blood and black, it's not really too hard to put with a bunch of outfits. One of my favorite shoes, probably my favorite pair of shoes that I have. Cannot wait for the all white pair that's supposed to be kind of like this, that comes out in spring, summer, sometime this year. Really just waiting for those. Love these. Really love all my shoes. If I don't love them, I've probably gotten rid of them. And compared to the video I did last year, you can tell a bunch of shoes are gone. I don't know which of these shoes will be here next year. They may get beat to the ground and I gotta get a new pair. Or, you know, again, my style changes every year. Or there's just new things that I get into and some things that I just get tired of. And I get rid of them. Clothes, shoes, everything. But if you did like this video, make sure you like the video. Make sure you're subscribed with the noties on so you know when the videos are coming. Leave me a comment. Which one was your favorite shoe? And it could be a shoe that isn't even in like the shoes that I wear every day. Is it one of the like my exercise, run around type shoes? Jordan 1 lows, winter boots. Not a bunch, but it's not what you see every day, in my opinion. I got a couple pairs that I'm looking at to cop. You may see those soon. But again, I do want to do one of these videos every year just to show the collection, how it grows, how it shrinks, or how it changes. Like the video, subscribe, all the good YouTube stuff. The kid's out. So much talking, so much rambling. That's it. I'm out. Deuces.